you feel like you want to make some sort of change because society's just telling us, no, you did it. You did the thing. You should be happy. So what else could you possibly want? And then we're left wondering, well, what else could I possibly want? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Friday. I'm so glad it's the weekend and I get to spend some downtime with you all. I was thinking about those comments I got recently on how to get clear on your goals, how to figure out what you even want, because that's actually really challenging sometimes, right? Like sometimes you might know exactly where you want to be and exactly what job you want to do. I know a lot of people like that, and I personally am extremely envious of them. I feel like I've never known what I've wanted to do, and I'm kind of just always figuring it out as I go. But when setting goals, sometimes it can sound really easy. Like if you want to do X, you just need to do Y, and if you want to get here in your career, then you need to follow these steps to get there. But I don't think it's always that clear cut. Sometimes you just know you need a change, and sometimes you just know that you don't want to continue on this way, but you're not really sure how else to do it. You know, we're not taught these things. We're not really taught to explore opportunities. We're taught to kind of follow in line and you graduate and then you get a job and then you get married and have kids. And if you're anywhere outside of the norm of even in your career, if you have a little bit of a different career path, it's hard to get that clarity in where you want to go because it's mapped out for everyone else if they're following that same trajectory, but that's not always the case. Even if you are on that traditional trajectory, it's not always clear if you feel like you want to make some sort of change because society's just telling us, no, you did it. You did the thing. You should be happy. So what else could you possibly want? And then we're left wondering, well, what else could I possibly want? So today I wanted to share an exercise that I use with clients to help them get clear on what their goals even are and what they want to feel like and what they want to do and just kind of building off of that. I'm explaining it, but you'll see. And of course, I have a free template for you all. You can download it, save it to your phone, screenshot it, use it just with your notebook. But the link to download it is down below in the description, as well as the links to all of my free templates. So you can use them however you'd like, mix and match. Just take what you need and leave the rest. That's my whole philosophy. So this exercise is a little bit long. I'll try to explain it all really clearly so that you can take it and just sit at home in your own time and complete this exercise and really take the time you need to fully understand what you want to say, what you want to put down, and get clear on those goals. So enough of me rambling, let's hop in. So on page 1 is step 1, which is where you're going to use these different prompts and write down as many feelings as come up for you. So all of the prompts, for example, will start with, in my free time, I want to feel blank. And that is where you fill it in. And again, just write down, this part you don't need to sit and think about. This is all stream of consciousness. Write down whatever first comes to your mind. In my free time, I want to feel relaxed. In my free time, I want to feel energized. In my free time, I want to sleep. Whatever you think of, just write that down as soon as it comes to you. So there's a bunch of different prompts on this step, and they all fall into all of the areas in your life to really get a comprehensive view of how you want to feel in total. So how you want to feel in your body and with your health, how you want to feel in your career, how you want to feel in your romantic relationships, if you want romantic relationships, how you want to feel with your friends and family, and then how you want to feel with your finances. So these are all pretty hot topics, sensitive situations, and maybe you're feeling really good about a lot of them, but if there's a couple where you automatically are writing down frivolously and you know that you want to feel just different than how you are feeling, that's a good sign that for the next steps, but that's what you're looking for. Just go through stream of consciousness, write down how you want to feel, even if you're already feeling that way in that one area of life. So then step 2 is where we take some action to those feelings. So the prompt here is to take the question at hand and fill in the blank again. So for example, we'll just stick with the free time prompt. But if I desire to feel relaxed in my free time, then I will need to do blank. I will need to experience blank. I will need to have blank. And again, just whichever one is calling to you more, maybe it's all three of them. Like in my free time, if I want to feel relaxed, I will need to sign out of work on time and really shut down. I will need to experience a calm environment so that I can truly relax and unwind from work. And I will need to have maybe some silence. I know I definitely need a break after all of my meetings and calls, so that could be one of your responses here as well. So it's all the same areas of life that you're filling out, and you just want to go one by one. Here you can take a little bit more time because I know these responses aren't always easy. Like with your career, if you want to feel energized about your career, you will need to maybe find a new job. And that, of course, can be really difficult. So just be really clear here, be really transparent with yourself, and understand that just because you're writing it down doesn't mean it's automatically going to happen. But these are the logical and practical steps to get you to where you want to be. So you can already kind of see that pattern where you figure out how you want to feel. In this step, you figure out what you need to do if you aren't feeling that way, what you would need to do to feel that way. And then in step 3 is where you really identify, you go through all of the prompts and all of your answers in step 2 and pull out the ones that are really calling to you, the ones that are really shouting for your attention. So here you want to try to limit yourself to 1 to 3 of those goals. Like in your career, if you need to get a new job, maybe that becomes top priority for you right now. But maybe you're fine with your current job and you'd rather have a relaxing spa-like experience at the end of your day. So that becomes your number 1 priority, making that happen. So like the other steps, you're just building and building off of them and getting closer and closer to creating some real goals that you might have right now. And the reason you want to pick just 1 to 3 is because we can't do everything all at once and overburden ourselves. It'll just stretch us too thin, and you probably won't be able to accomplish much of anything. I know when I'm overwhelmed and stressed and I put too much on my plate, it kind of all falls apart, and I have to step away for a while, come back to it, and then pick my 1 to 2 top priorities. So that's what we're just doing here. Before we get into all of the goals, before we make our plans, we're getting ahead of it and setting clear priorities for the goals that we want to focus on. But I know that's not always easy, so I have some questions that might help guide you into understanding which of the goals excite you the most and call out to you the most. So you can start with what will require the biggest investment. That's a really heavy one. But if you have a few of the goals that you want to accomplish, like maybe one of the goals is buying a new car so you can get out on the weekends, that's a huge investment. That's a really easy example, but that's a huge investment. And maybe you aren't able to funnel the funds towards a savings account to get to that goal right now. So that might be a factor when you're building out these goals, or you want to take a vacation so you can get away from work for a while. That might be a future goal. And we're not writing off any of those goals that we're not selecting right now. We're just picking the ones that we want to start with. Another question you can ask yourself is, what will require the least effort to achieve? So maybe just picking off some easy goals, like if you want to create a spa-like environment in your living room, so when you sign off of work at the end of the day, you can experience that warmth and glow. Maybe the easiest thing to do in that case is buy a couple candles from Target and just make a habit of lighting them at the end of the day and creating that warm ambiance glow and smell and all of the wonderful things that you need to relax at the end of your day. On the flip side of that, you can ask what will take the most effort to achieve and maybe factor that in. What's the one thing on this list that scares me the most? And sometimes that's the thing that you need to just cross off right now and make your top priority. Another heavy one is, do I feel that this is something I was put on this earth to do or have? So I'm going to leave that one up to you guys to answer. Another good one to consider when you're going through these goals and trying to select your top priorities is, how could this impact the next 5 years of my life? Or how could this impact others around me? So really bringing in the whole picture of your life and where you might want to be in 5 years and how you might want to feel around your family or friends or community, and really taking those into consideration too when you're seeing which of the goals from step 2 really call out to you. Forgot what step I was on for a second there. But basically, this is all just to figure out what goals you want to accomplish first. Like I said, we're not brushing off the others. We're just basically making a to-do list here. A to-do list of goals and a to-do list of dreams that you want to get to and accomplish. And you're just choosing which ones you want to make a priority right now, knowing that when you accomplish that goal, you can move on to the other ones that maybe were second priority. So then we get to step 4, and this one's a little bit different, but this step is to really get a comprehensive look at your life. And I think this step is really important because I think sometimes when we are building out our goals, it creates a little bit of a tunnel vision for what we still don't have and what we still haven't accomplished. And it's really important to also acknowledge the things that we do have that do bring us joy because, like I always say, what we focus on expands. I feel like I'm going to say that in every video, so I really apologize. But what we focus on expands. So if you want to feel relaxed at the end of your workday, but maybe there's an area in your life where you do really feel relaxed, like maybe with friends or with your family or with your significant other or with your pets. My dog just drives me nuts, so that was a bad example. But if you have a very calm and relaxed adult dog that doesn't chew up everything, maybe your relaxed space is with your dog. And so you want to acknowledge that this is how you want to feel, but for work. But you do already feel that in a different area of your life. And what that means is that your body already knows what feeling you're searching for and what feeling you want to have. Your body's already familiar with it. And once your body and mind is familiar with something, it defaults to that. We train our bodies and we train our minds to default to specific emotions. So if you are really stressed every day as soon as you log off, I totally understand. We're training ourselves to be really stressed when we log off at the end of the day, if that is our habit and if that's our routine. So what you want to do is rewrite your brain waves, essentially. This is, again, a whole nother video topic. But what you essentially want to do is rewire your brain to default to feeling relaxed when you log off at the end of the day, in the same way that you feel relaxed with your dog or in whatever situation you do feel really relaxed. So you're attaching these two situations in your mind, starting with this step, so that you start associating it together. I feel like that's a lot and got way heavier than I thought it would, but that's what we're doing here. It's acknowledging the areas of your life where you already feel these things that you're desiring. They're just in separate areas. So we want to start connecting the dots here, and we want to start bringing your brain together so you're associating how you want to feel with the things that you still want to work on. And that will only make achieving your goals easier. If you already know what it feels like to be relaxed, then in your free time, you're going to know how to get relaxed and how to feel relaxed. You just might need to work out some kinks and tweaks here and there to get to that point, but your body's already familiar with that sensation and with that feeling. So it's just reworking things. So if you guys want other examples, let me know below. That was just the first thing that popped into my mind because my dog is sitting here being very distracting, and I just signed out of my full-time job's work. So I've got all these things rolling around in my head already. But if you want other examples or if you have any other questions about this exercise, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Let me know too if you were able to complete this exercise and what your top priority goals are from it and how you want to feel and whatever else you want to share down there. I love reading your comments. They mean so much to me. So thank you all so much again. Don't forget the link for this free template is down below. I hope you guys download it and really enjoy this exercise. But if you liked this exercise and this content and this video, like and subscribe so you can get alerted every time I post a video. I post every Friday. So I'll see you all on Friday. Bye, guys.